Hey guys, Marsing here bringing a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today we are going to be jumping back into the Seriously Serious event in order to do the mission for 6 AGL characters. Obviously your team has to be 6 AGL characters, but the friend does not have to be. So I think the easiest way to do this is we're going to use the 10th anniversary LR Vegeta / Gogeta, right? Because his leader skill is Pure Saiyans, Fused Fighters, or successors, right? We're basically just going to use a full Pure Saiyans team, although Vegito is Fused Fighters at the end there. And then this lets us use a Tech Vegito friend, because remember his leader skill is also Pure Saiyans and Fused Fighters, and then he has Earth Protecting Heroes instead of successors, but this works out fine, right? So Tech Vegito's leader skill means that all of the Gokus, because they're all Earthbred fighters, are going to get the full 220 lead. Everybody else is just getting the double 170. But what this means is we can essentially go for getting the two of the 10-year fusions on the same rotation together, and then just go for that double like fusion active skill turn, where we get the crazy damage with Gogeta's active skill, then the extra damage with Vegeta's active skill, and then all the counters, and then he will essentially just obliterate the Goku in that turn. So to round out the team, we've got the Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Obviously he's very good with the support, has the great ape transformation. AGL Bardock, very solid unit for support. AGL Broly, he's kind of started to fall off a little bit, but this isn't the craziest event. And with Goku supering in slot 1 most of the time at the beginning, we know he can tank normals. And then AGL UI helps us out quite a bit, because obviously he has guaranteed dodge on the first turn. And then with this Goku, the first 15 times that you're hitting him, you're lowering his attack a little bit. So that gives us a sort of, you know, at least the first turn that UI Goku is on, a guaranteed slot 1 dodge. And then Super Vegito, we know he can tank normals, so as long as he's not in slot 1, he's going to be tanking normals, getting off some counters, and then if we're on low health, he's going to have the Scouter as well. So this is the team, and let's just go ahead and jump straight in. Okay, so I'm not sure how viable of a first rotation this is going to be. I mean, I guess the Goku does have damage reduction to start out with, so we can see how we get on here. So we'll do this. Make sure we get some rainbow orbs. Oh. For you, get the 18 key for you. Okay, so let's see how we go. This is going to do damage for sure. Okay, never mind. I guess the only way it won't do damage for sure is we get the dodge. So clutch dodge. I'm pretty sure that does like 300 to 400k, like even with the damage reduction that Goku has at the very beginning, like slot 1 pre-super. And of course we haven't given this Goku any attack lowering yet, because we haven't attacked him at all. So that is an absolutely clutch dodge there from the Tech Goku friend. We love to see that. Keep the Goku and the Vegeta together. Obviously, ideally we get the double fusion. I mean, we'll go for, obviously, on like the same turn. It'll just be double fusion, double active skill. And then hopefully that will be enough for to just absolutely annihilate him in that turn. So we will see. We got Super Saiyan 3 Goku on the next turn, so we'll float him off, which means he'll come back on turn 5, and then we'll be able to use the Giant Ape transformation as soon as he comes back again. Obviously, with most of the team being AGL, we are going to be largely relying on crits to actually do like decent damage, but funnily enough, I think with the Universe 6 team though, did we even do a full bar of HP in the first turn? So we're doing okay to start with. Oh, he dodges Bardock super. At least Bardock gets the permanent stack on his defense from the 18 key super. So regardless of it being dodged, at least we get that buff. And then we can get a couple more supers off here, stack his attack a little bit. And then, yeah, obviously guards for the first couple of turns, so he's just going to take double-digit damage from the normals. The issue is going to come from, obviously, when we get to the point where he can super twice in the turn, because we've got quite a few units on the team that are not going to be able to tank super attacks. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, but hopefully we get to the point where we could get him to like basically half HP, and then it be the turns where we're going to use the Gogeta fusions, and then we just absolutely annihilate him, Gogeta and Vegito, and then we just annihilate him in like that one big massive turn with all the crazy Vegito counters, and we don't have to worry about having many turns after the point where we get him to 50% or less HP. But we'll see. Obviously, AGL UI Goku, very useful for this, considering he gets guaranteed dodge on the first turn. So that allows us to dodge that super in slot 1. His additional supers obviously are guaranteed crits. And then, you know, we can start putting this attack lowering onto the blue Goku. Because, yeah, a lot of attacks in slot 1 like that, obviously very, very good. And then AGL Super Vegito. Obviously not the craziest unit, but crit counters to do a little bit of extra free damage. If we're on low health, we get the Scouter, which can be helpful as well. So he dodged the counter. Crazy. And then, yeah, this Goku, like I say, we'll get him back again now, floating him off here. Get him back on turn 5, go into the giant form straight away. And then we should be looking pretty good. Alright, so the only problem is, like, this turn, like turn 3, where we don't have any extra, like, support. We can't exchange them into the defensive versions yet. I mean, another clutch dodge from Goku would obviously be really nice here in slot 1. I don't know what the Friends build actually is, but that would certainly come in handy if we could dodge the super again here. I think even if we don't dodge, with the little bit of attack lowering that he's taken so far, with the damage reduction that Goku has for the first couple of turns, yeah, so I was going to say it's going to be like 300 to 400k, which is still a pretty sizable chunk of damage, but it's survivable considering everybody else on the rotation is going to tank for double-digit damage. And then depending on the orbs that we pick up in the next turn, like, we could obviously get basically a full heal. So hopefully it should be fine. Vegeta up to 23 mil gets dodged, of course. Doesn't dodge the additional normal that doesn't crit, of course, which does basically no damage at all. Yeah. I mean, we're definitely not going to be getting the 5 turns mission with the full AGL team, but obviously with full type disadvantage team, we are relying on crits for damage. We've got, you know, we're taking more damage across the board for any characters that don't have guard, because we're always at type disadvantage. So it is what it is. I mean, it's interesting that this team, you cannot bring items or support memories at all. It doesn't even give you the 1 item slot, because obviously defensive item would be useful. I mean, this Goku can be attack lowered, so there's the couple of different items that do lower attack, like the Nurse Chi-Chi or the robot one, which would be kind of useful for this stage as well. Especially when you get to that point where he can do the double supers. There's the robot one that does like a Ghost Usher, and then the next turn the enemy has, is it minus 60% or 66% attack? That item would obviously be really, really effective, like for these, for the later stage when he gets to the point where he can super twice. Right, your revival is active, so I mean, worst case scenario, UI Goku doesn't dodge, but then at least he triggers the revival and we don't lose. So there is that. And then, of course, the Giant Ape transformation for Goku will help to cancel out the super. Nice. I was going to say, watch him dodge the super, but then still eat the normal for, like, a ridiculous amount of damage. Because UI Goku, even post-supering, like, his defense isn't crazy. So when it comes to taking hits from this guy, I'm not sure how well we'll be tanking them even post-super. I mean, you can see the attack lowering icon's not coming up anymore, so we have hit this enemy Goku at least 15 times now. So he's got the full 15% attack lowering. But hey, UI coming in clutch, dodges every single one of the attacks. That's what we like to see. And then obviously Super Vegito can tank all normals anyway. So hopefully we can get some crit counters here that don't get dodged. Do a little bit of damage. It's not a crazy amount, but, you know, slowly but surely chipping away. That's what we like to see. And then we got the 18 key. We've got the full 24 key, in fact, for Bardock at the end. So nice, actually hit this time as well. Right, so we're not doing too badly damage-wise, considering full type disadvantage team. Getting relatively good luck with the crits for the most part. Okay. Additional normal, but at least we crit. So, okay, yeah, now we got the giant form turn. So we can go ahead and do this. Try and set up some orbs ready for the next rotation, I guess. Like, put these tech orbs here at the bottom. Because, yeah, I'll probably put... Well, actually, I should probably put AGL... Put the AGL Vegeta in slot 1 and exchange into the Goku. Because then he has guard and, like, the 200% defense when he gets hit. We know he's only going to be taking normals. So... Because, obviously, he's already supered now during the Giant Ape. So, don't need to worry about that. Giant Ape not doing a huge amount of damage, but obviously that's not really... It's not really the point of why we're using it, right? We're just getting the sort of team protection ability for not having to worry about super. I mean, hey, the Ape did at least get a crit. And then, of course, the main thing is that we then get the Super Saiyan 4 Goku out of it, who is going to be given that 44% support with his super attack for everybody on the next rotation, which will be quite nice. So, here it is. This cutscene, man. I've said it many times before, it's like it's not like I dislike it, it's just the fact that you have to watch it like all the time. Crazy that it isn't like one of the animations that gets skipped. But hey, it is what it is. So what defense do you actually have at this point then? 315. I mean, it's not exactly great, but... In fact, it goes down, doesn't it? Right, yeah, because you don't support defensively afterwards, so we might as well leave you that way around. Just alternate between them, I guess. Terrible key for Goku as well, that's annoying. But remember, Goku gets like 200% when he gets hit. So he's got guard and like essentially 900k defense. And this guy only hits for, I think his normals do like 750k. And that's before he's attack lowered. So it's what, 750k minus 15%. So his normals do like 637. So even if Goku's not dodging them, he doesn't really have to worry. The point here is to build up his defense a little bit so that obviously on the next turn around he is going to be able to super. And we want to make sure we can actually survive that. Staying on somewhat low HP is useful as well though, because obviously on the next turn, like on the next rotation, we basically are relying on the UI Goku dodging in slot 1. But if he doesn't, at least our HP is low enough that his revival will be active. So, of course with the terrible key, we couldn't get Goku's 18 key super, so we don't have the 44% buff ready for the next rotation, which is annoying. Okay. I won't use his active skill just yet, because if we do get a revive, then obviously he does more damage afterwards, because he gets that little bit of an extra stat increase. I think we should be good here though. Like, we won't do a crazy amount of damage this turn, but then going into the next rotation with the double fusion, I think is going to be a pretty strong turn next turn. In fact, we might drop him to below 50% HP here. Obviously, UI Goku going to get the crits. And then, yeah, Super Vegito is being attacked quite a few times here. Just a shame we didn't get that 18 key super for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. All of these counters doing a little bit more damage would have been nice. As you can see, like... slowly but surely they chip away at his HP, which is, you know, it's not bad. Obviously, if he doesn't crit, they barely do anything. But... Alright, so Broly, if Broly can get at least a couple of crits here, we should at least finish off this HP bar. And then I feel like the double fusion, double active skill turn should be enough. Because, I mean, Gogeta does a decent bit of damage with his active skill anyway. Then we get to use Vegeto's active skill, which does extra damage because of the buff from Gogeta's active skill. And then Vegeto counters, like, everything on the turn, right? So, damage output. And we're going to have Bardock on the rotation. So Bardock's got his active skill that we could use that does a bit of damage as well. And obviously he's supporting the super class allies. Alright, so we didn't quite finish off that bar of HP, but we're going to get all these active skills now. So, because yeah, Bardock's is ultimate damage and then gives him the defense. So, let's go ahead and get our fusions in here. So we've got Gogeta, we got Vegeto. Obviously we'll go ahead and use Gogeta's active skill first. Soul Punisher Rasengan. Does a nice big chunk of damage. Then we can do Bardock's as well. He didn't crit though. I mean, Bardock's is kind of a waste in the sense that we're wasting the turn of like the big damage, like the big defense turn, because by using Vegeto's active skill, obviously no one other than Vegeta is going to get attacked for the turn. But it's all just to do the extra damage, right? Because yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no way he survives this turn, right? So we'll do that, and then do that. Okay, so we get to start off with a couple of counters. Obviously the pre-super counter is not going to do as much, but I mean they already, look at that chunk of damage. As I say, like, even though your full team has to be AGL, bringing the tech Vegeto friend is definitely a great idea here for doing the extra damage. Because yeah, he might kill him with the supers, but nah, probably not. But yeah, literally the first like post-super counter is probably just going to be enough to finish him off here. And his defense is so high on the active skill turn, we don't need to worry about the fact that he's being super attacked. He's got high raw defense, 60% damage reduction, and guard. So yeah, he's pretty good here. And then we get our post-super counter, which is at, yeah, okay. Bye. So there you go. That is the full AGL team run. A little bit shaky at the beginning, but literally once you get to that turn where you can then transform. One thing you could do, which I don't know how useful it would be early on to use it that early. I guess because having Super Saiyan 4 Goku out would be useful. But if you see that you have Super Saiyan 4 Goku on your first turn, you could obviously go to the right and hit those nodes where you take damage. And so then when you go into the fight, you'll be on low HP and you can use the Giant Ape form for Goku straight away. Which means no super in the first turn, and you already have Super Saiyan 4 Goku out. It would actually be perfect if you have like Super Saiyan 3 Goku first rotation and then UI on the second turn, because then yeah, hit those HP lowering nodes, transform into Super Saiyan into the Golden Ape and then Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So you get a free turn, everyone gets a bit of build up. Then on turn 2 you have AGL UI Goku, he guaranteed dodges everything in slot 1, and because you're still on low HP, he'll have his revival up as well. Not that it really matters, because everybody else on the rotation should be able to tank normals. So that's probably like the go-to kind of strategy. You could just reset until you get that, right? Super Saiyan 3 Goku turn 1, UI turn 2. And then that would give you like a really good starting setup. But obviously there we go. So we can go ahead and go over to our EX missions section over here and grab our AGL team mission. Definitely not as difficult as I thought it would be, but there you go. So mission, I don't like the fact that they're just called like mission A, B, C, and D, but yeah, clear stage 1, seriously serious all out battles with 6 AGL characters. So let me know how you guys got on. What team build did you use for your AGL mission? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.